I run across so many people, it's like they want to control what they do. And I tell people, I think what holds people back the most in life is you're doing what you want to do, but you're not doing what you're being led and guided to do. And there's probably something that you can't even fathom.
I'm gonna let you preach.
Listen, that is ordained for you, but you just want to keep going around in this circle.
Yep.
Don't bring no drama my way. Don't bring no drama my way. Don't bring no drama my way. Yeah, I might have a great day. Don't bring no drama my way. Don't bring no drama my way. Don't bring no drama my way. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Lish Speaks, and welcome back to another episode of my podcast, I'll Just Let Myself In. The podcast where we don't wait for an imaginary permission slip or some seat at an imaginary table. We let ourselves into our God-given doors. And today, we have a guest who quite literally decided, I'm going to let myself into this podcast. He reached out to me via Threads, based on a post that I made where I shot my shot. I shot my shot at Kevin on Stage, and I said, hey, in the spirit of missing 100% of the shots you don't take, Kevin on Stage, I'm reaching out to you to be on my podcast. Kevin on Stage did respond, but several people reached out to me and said, hey, in the interest of me missing 100% of the shots I don't take, I would love to be on your podcast. And we've had one come on already. We have about 7 more who are going to come. But today we have Mr. Travis Hall on the podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. So glad to be here.
Yes. Travis Hall is an opera-trained singer, but now he's dabbling into jazz and, dare I say, R&B pop style music, right? Boom, got it. And so I'm excited to talk to you today because when I think about you letting yourself in, right? You're letting yourself into something different. And so many people stay stuck in what they were trained to do. They find their identity in what they were trained to do, what they've been doing for several years, and they stop themselves from trying new things. So, Travis, first of all, let my audience into a little bit about you, who you are, what you do, whatever you'd like them to know. And then I have a series of questions, honey, that we're going to get into.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'm Travis Hall. I'm an Atlanta native.
Are
Grady,
you?
baby, I am. Even though I don't sound like it.
No, you do not.
Southwest side of Atlanta. Southeast, southwest. Hapeville, Jonesboro.
Okay.
Of
They
Atlanta.
got that good Chick-fil-A out there.
Listen, the best one. And
That's very big backed of me to know that.
Listen, let me tell you something. And their mac and cheese is quite good. Is it just me?
No, it's not. It's not just you.
Okay. But yeah, from Atlanta. Been singing my whole life. Love music. I come from a very small family that are from Sparta, Georgia.
Awesome.
Opera singer.
Nice.
Releasing an album soon.
Yes.
Very soon.
We're going to talk about that in a second. So yes, you will be releasing a project very soon.
Yes.
And let me just say this,
Break it
okay? On your YouTube, you have upcoming slated visuals already.
Yes.
The rollout is rolling. The rollout is rolling out.
Thank you.
I just want to say, I think it's a lost art. I think a lot of times, and I've been guilty of this, artists will just put stuff out and just hope for the best. Just hope for the best, hope that everything works out. So it was very refreshing, even the email that you sent me with all your links and just being able to go on the internet and not have to like do an investigative, research to try to find out things about you. I'm excited for this project. So tell us the name of the project.
So the name of
and what inspired you.
So the name of the album is Heart Museum.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, my debut album. I think the music of my roots inspired me. The 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, just good, feel good soul, R&B, gospel, all just feel good music that feels good, that elevates your spirit, that energizes you, that encourages you.
I love that.
That does something to you.
Heart Museum.
Heart Museum.
I love museums. I met my husband at a museum when I first
look
did.
at
So
that.
I love museums. When you think about the heart, right, and it being really the driving force of life, and you think about music and how music really is the soundtrack of life. What music personally is driving and inspiring you right now?
Specific music?
Specific, yeah. It could be genre. It could be
It could be
artist.
genre. Right now, I'm loving. I was just listening to LaBelle, Patti LaBelle's
yes,
group from the
group of
'70s. So I
us,
love
yes.
LaBelle.
I did not expect you to say that. Go ahead.
I love LaBelle. I've been listening to Denise Williams,
Mhm.
Strange. I think she has an album called Strangers that I've been listening to because I've been doing a lot of studying for my second album that I'm starting
Okay.
to write for. But yeah, just I only listen to '70s music
Mhm.
primarily,
Mhm.
basically. So just though, I mean, I don't know. Good art.
Yeah.
All good art inspires me.
Yeah.
It touches me. It moves me
Yeah.
spiritually.
I love that. I saw in the video for A Day where, first of all, the video was so fun. Such a
love the
fun
video. It is a fun video.
Oh
Yep.
my goodness. And I love, did you have to get a permit to have that band down there? You just lived your life.
Was supposed to.
Yeah, here's the
But
thing. you know what I'm
budgeting,
saying?
I said we gotta.
Yep. And I'd rather beg forgiveness than ask permission.
Hello,
I've done
me.
that for every music video I've
Listen,
ever.
I'm like,
it'll be all right. It'll be all right.
and then I had a
Yeah.
nerve to tag him in it.
and it's fine.
It shouldn't have been there.
It worked. It worked. I did that for one of my music videos years ago. I filmed in front of the Apollo, and you're not supposed. They don't play that in New York.
Oh, really?
And I did it. They were like, just what it was.
Did you have the sign in the video?
Yeah, everything.
No,
I said,
you
they told
did
me to take it down,
not
I took
have
it
that
down.
sign in
Someone
the
came
video.
out and was like, "You can't film here," and I was like, "Okay, no problem." And we just kept
Lee,
filming.
you said, "Wait, they'll go
I
back
just
in.
need- I'm
They'll
like,
go
I
back
need
in."
5 minutes. I just need 5
5
minutes.
minutes.
We edited it down to 2. So we got it done. Shout out to Mark, my bro, who shot my first music video.
Shout out, Mark.
We was in those streets,
Okay,
guerrilla style.
listen.
With the camera. But the video was so fun, and there's a part in it where you are kind of paying homage to Luther Vandross,
Yes,
right?
yes.
How much of an inspiration is Luther to your music?
Luther is such an inspiration to me. I mean, he's a balladeer. I think he's one of the best male vocalists of all time.
100%. There's no.
Like there's no question. Great writer, and even my album was kind of influenced by him because his first album is 8 songs, all written by him as well.
Mhm.
And so I kind of use that as a model for the record that I was making.
Yeah, I love that. That's so good. I heard you say in an interview that when you were growing up, you had a chorus teacher who told you that you could not sing.
I did.
So tell me a little bit about that kid, the kid who's in chorus class, who's in school, loves music, and being told that he's not gifted in that way.
I was very shy as a kid. I'm the only child.
Okay.
And I was very shy. They even called me Turtle in high school. That was my nickname
Wow.
because I would wear hoodies and I would kind of, be down in my hoodie. And so being told that, I mean, I really didn't have any opportunities. I really hadn't done anything. I don't think really besides my family, anyone even poured into my gifts or acknowledged my gifts. And so it was kind of normal. I mean, it was hurtful, of course, but it was like, I really wanted to do. And to be told you can't, it's a hurtful thing, I guess, now that I think back on it. It's a hurtful thing.
And how did you get past that? Because you ended up going to college.
Went to college.
To be trained.
Yes.
And you picked opera, which is not, that's why I didn't think you were from Atlanta. No shade to Atlanta.
Okay.
But I was like, you must be from Boston or something.
Listen,
yeah,
the Northeast,
New York or something.
New England.
New England, right. So how did we get there from a teacher telling you, hey, you can't even sing? How do we get to you being confident enough in your gift, desirous enough, brave enough, right, to go into college to be trained?
I don't know. You talk about letting yourself into doors and into spaces. And I think what I've always had is I'm going to move forward. I'm going to work.
Yeah.
And I think I really don't know how I ended up there. I really can't tell you. I don't remember. I think I just applied for colleges, maybe saw music, ended up in the right place. I think the door was already open for me. It was just open in a different way at that point in time. And me just continuing to move forward, I ended up in the right place at the right time.
I love that. Let's talk about Black people and opera.
Break it down.
Okay. You are one of many, but what feels like few. Right? And so were there any specific influences, whether that be people you knew personally or people that you studied and saw, some of the greats, right, that made you say, oh, wait, I know I'm a little Black boy from Georgia, but I think I can do this. Tell me about your opera influences.
Opera influences. So when I first started at Georgia Perimeter College, now Georgia State College, I think, Perimeter College, I had many teachers who said, "You're a high tenor voice. You're going to sound like Lawrence Brownlee, who went to Indiana University, got his master's from Indiana." But it's hard to find Black influential opera singers. But I love Lawrence Brownlee. Lawrence Brownlee is still like a guiding light for me. He's Black. He actually is Kojic. He grew up in the Kojic church.
Wow.
Yeah, he played many instruments, and then he went to college. I think he majored in something else, but was told that he should do opera, and he ended up finding his way into that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But Lawrence Brownlee is
Yeah.
the top.
Yeah. I
Eric
love that.
Owens, Lawrence Brownlee. I can't think of other Black people right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of
There are
them.
a lot of them.
But I think that it reminds me of, in the sports terms, when I was in high school, I played sports, and the big thing at that point was Black kids playing lacrosse. Do you remember when that happened?
Yep.
We're around the same age.
Yep.
I'm older than you, but there was a moment where it's like all the Black kids need to play lacrosse. The white kids are playing it, the Black kids need to play it, you know. And I think it's funny because I feel like a lot of times it could be decades, eras, we're just told that, oh, we don't do that.
Yep.
We don't listen to that kind of music. We don't play that kind of music. We don't. And it takes a specific generation, a specific type of person to say, no, but we should and we
do
can.
that. We can.
You know, like I remember for me, I grew up in the era where I feel like Black kids started listening to like punk rock and pop
Yep.
and, you know,
Yep.
and I remember it being weird to listen to Britney Spears and you know, yeah, because I'm about 7 years older than you. So by the time you came along, it wasn't weird no more. But I remember my friends being like, "You listening to Britney Spears?" You know, and then by the like in the beginning of high school, and then by the end of high school, we were all listening
to it.
Britney Spears and Blink-182 and whoever was out. You know, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys,
Christina Aguilera.
along with our R&B singers. You know, even on 106 and Park, NSYNC ended up going on there and being like, I was literally a part of the bridge.
I never even thought of that. Like,
I'm telling you, there was a moment where it was like, you listening to that white kid music, you listening to that white people music? Like, that's how it used to be when I was growing up. And so it's really cool to me when I see us, you know, saying, no, we can play lacrosse, we can sing opera, we can also rap, and we can knit, we can, you know, we can own charcuterie places.
I love charcuterie.
Yeah, like, you know, like there's this place, you probably heard of it, the Bougie Grazer, I think it's called.
No, I've never heard of Bougie
it's downtown
Grazer.
Atlanta. And this Black woman, she owns a charcuterie shop, and you come and you make.
They got a charcuterie shop?
Yes, it's amazing.
I need to be down
and
there.
it's dope. And I just think it's just so amazing that we don't let anyone box us in, even ourselves. You know, that we don't let anyone.
We can
box
do
us
all
in.
things.
All the things. So as you know, delve into something new with jazz.
Yep.
R&B inspired, a little pop inspired, especially in the day. Yeah, definitely pop.
There's some pop in there. There's some pop. It is a little. It is pop. It is pop. Yeah.
You know, what are some of your, I guess, fears or maybe concerns, if you have any, about doing something new? What comes up for you?
A lot of things come up for me. I feel like I don't tend to sit in things. So thank you for asking these questions. Fears, I'm new to it, right? I'm 31, releasing a pop album.
You're so young.
You know? I feel like I was raised to feel like, oh, you're 30, it's washed
we were all
up.
raised to feel like that.
You know?
But then when I look at the people whose lives I admire most, they're in their 50s. Getting to it. Yachts. Look at Tabitha Brown and them. 40s.
Doing it.
You know, late 40s, mid 40s.
Living their best life.
Kevin Monson, they get killing it.
Yep.
Killing it.
Yep, killing
so
it.
I'm like, okay, I got a couple years.
More than a couple.
Yeah, you know.
More than a couple.
So anyway, you were saying, yes.
But yeah, and that's why I have so many of the videos and stuff, because when the spirit led me to work on the album, I said, I gotta come in this thing a little, it can't be like, oh, he released a little song. I'm like, if I were 20, I can release a little song and be like, oh, okay, you know, but I'm not 20. So them people gonna be like, you just keep doing the opera thing. You know, keep doing the opera thing. So fears of that. And then I think because, you know, I don't talk like I'm from Atlanta. I've been told that I talk white. going into a more Black dominated field, even though that's my roots in my heart, I feel like I have the fear of not being accepted or feeling like people will accept it.
Really?
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, it's a fear of mine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Have you experienced that a lot? Like not being accepted?
People tend to accept me, but I think as an only child, and then when I was younger, I felt like I dealt with a lot of he talk white. Like my mother had friends who would joke with her and say, "You sure that's your son? He talk white." You know what I'm talking about? So I grew up hearing those kind of things. I've just never quite felt a part. And I'm the only child, so I think that may have something to do with it too. So yeah.
Talking white. One of the dumbest things we've ever said as a people.
Listen, and I'm like, I don't know why I talk like this.
This is how I talk. No, I think it's so important to really be self-assured, which you come off as very self-assured.
Thank you.
But it's important because the truth is someone will always find a reason to not like something about you. And as you grow in popularity, as you gain notoriety, because I'm speaking that over your life,
thank you.
As you grow in influence, you will have to be very clear with yourself about who you are and who you are not. One of the best things I ever did for myself was decenter other people's opinions. And I almost had no choice. Growing up as a fat, dark-skinned girl, I learned that before it was even a thing. I learned decentering before it was even a thing. You know what I mean? When I finally heard that word, I was like, oh, that's what I've been doing.
I mean, you're supposed to do that, right?
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Like, decenter men. Yep, did that my whole 20s. And it worked out very well for me.
Yeah.
Decenter my parents. Decenter, and I'm very close to my parents, but they are not God. They do not govern my decisions. I'm interested in what they think.
It's like, thanks for the opinion, however.
I'm interested in what they think. I care about their opinion, but it is not a driving force for me.
Yes.
Like I see so many adults can't live their lives because their parents. I'm like, you know that
you're grown. You know you grown.
Yeah,
like you doing?
My mom, I'm like, I did that at a very early age, and it built a confidence in me. Because the truth is, if you're not overly moved by what your parents think, you really good.
You can.
It don't matter what nobody.
Listen, you like.
And again, and I say that I've had episodes with both my parents on here, so everybody know if you watch the podcast that I have a great relationship with both my parents. I didn't do that because I had to. I did it because I realized very early on what you think about yourself has to be the most important. What you think and what the Bible says. If you're a believer, right? Unless there's something I need to change biblically, you ain't going to stress me out too much about what you don't like.
Okay, the rules are the rules.
Yeah, the Lord bless you and keep you.
Okay, and keep moving.
I'm sad. Sorry you didn't like it. You'll be okay. You know what I mean? And so it's really important, I think, with you going into a new genre, and with you, I'm going to say intentionally building your brand, because that's what it feels like, that you have a real sense of who you are and who you are not. What you are willing to do, what you are not. And doing that. So I just want to give you that encouragement.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. It means a lot.
Oh, thank you.
It really does.
All right. So another question that I have for you is, I saw that you were talking about when you write songs, you always think about melody first.
Yes.
Melody first is so important to you. I want you to give advice to young songwriters, people who are trying to find their way, maybe to even be composers, to be vocally trained, and talk to them about why melody first works for you and how it could work for them.
Oh, I love melodies. So I think it comes from my background too. So I didn't grow up in church. I mean, my family's Pentecostal.
Okay.
Church family. Grandmother never wore pants. Very strict Pentecostal, my grandmother was. But but I grew up listening to a lot of gospel music, but I didn't sing in church because I was shy. So I didn't really grow up singing in a choir, which harmonies would be a big thing for me. Most singers, they harmonize. I'm not really a harmonizer because I'm the only child and because nobody sang around me. I'm a melodist. So I sing the melody. So for me, melody is the most important because melody, to me, is the driving force of a song. And it's what catches the ear. The chorus melody is what catches you and makes you repeat it over and over. And I just think melodies are important. I think the harmonies and the chords, the harmonies, the textures they aid the melody, but the
Yeah.
melody to me is the main structure. And I started writing by just waking up, recording melodies on my phone, and I would listen to it and say, "Oh, I like that," and then wake up tomorrow and say, "I don't," and then change it. So I would just say
Yeah.
melodies work for me first, because if you love the melody, if you have a great melody, I would say you have a great song.
Yeah.
I think.
That's true. And melodies are what catch us.
They will catch you.
They will
Yeah.
catch us. So if someone is, like I said, newly started out, trying to be a songwriter, give them a piece of advice to, I guess, push through the fears, push through some of the barriers to begin being a songwriter.
I hate this advice, but just do it. If you're called to do something, listen and do it.
Yeah.
And be aligned with people. I don't know. I feel like advice is so hard. Do it.
Yeah.
I would say do it and stay true to who you are in
Mhm.
doing it. Don't let status or people being further ahead misalign you in trying to compromise who you are
Mhm.
for status or for money or those kind of things. Stay
Mhm.
true to who you are, and your gift in writing will open doors for you.
That's good. That's good. You talked about the spirit moving you to
Mm.
do this project. Talk to me about your relationship with God, with the spirit.
God, yeah.
How do you navigate that in this music world?
I feel like my relationship is, they're all personal, right?
Yep.
They're personal relationships, right? So I'm really big on, a lot of people pray. Praying for me is I go and I spend like quiet time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get my quiet time, I turn my phone off and I just listen.
Mm-hmm.
Which may sound a little strange to people. I
It
don't know.
doesn't.
But
It doesn't sound strange to me at all.
I just listen, and my family's very, very spiritual. I
Mhm.
grew up hearing about spiritual gifts and
Mhm.
spiritual colors. And when I used to go to school, I was like, my family's nuts, because when I go to school, no one talks about this. I'm like, why would I go home? They talk about this and the Bible and spirits. But when I go to school, no one's talking about this. So I was like, my family's crazy. So I just grew up in a very spiritually saturated
I like that.
house, And so even though I didn't go to church, I feel like they instilled that relationship and being aware to me.
Church came to you.
Church, and that's deep. Listen, I think my grandmother was a pastor and my uncle was a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I actually wanted to be was a pastor.
Really?
Yeah, it's a strange. It's strange when I think about it. I'm like, why did I want to be a pastor? But I wanted to be a pastor.
Yeah. I love that.
So yeah.
So you feel like you grew up in a spiritually saturated home. And it sounds like it gave you a keen sense of wanting to hear the voice of God in your life, wanting to, like you talked about, just going to be quiet and listening. And so many of us do not do that, and then we wonder why we're making crazy decisions. It's like, who said
Who
that?
told you to do it?
Who
Who
said
said that? Who said that?
And it's so funny because I'm in a little bit of a place of transition in my life right now. My husband and I were talking recently about some things, and we were saying, to our shame, there's certain decisions that we've been making for ourselves spiritually that we've never really engaged the Holy Spirit in. It's just like, okay, well, this is what you're supposed to do as a Christian, and this is where you're supposed to go to church, so you just go. And in this transition of our lives, we decided we want the Holy Spirit to lead us. Now, maybe he may lead us to what we were already going to do, or what is traditionally what we would do, but we're open to him leading us not to that. And it's so funny because when I speak to some people in my life about it, I can feel their discomfort.
That's deep. Break
because
it down.
They're so used to not, like, they just make a decision. It's like, well, just do that. You know what I mean? And so when I talk about, well, I really want the Holy Spirit to guide me in this, it's almost like they feel like, girl, what are you doing? Like, just do this,
But I feel like control, I run across so many people, it's like they want to control what they do. And I tell people, I think what holds people back the most in life is you're doing what you want to do, but you're not doing what you're being led and guided to do. And there's probably something that you can't even fathom.
I'm gonna let you preach.
Listen, that is ordained for you, but you just want to keep going around in this circle.
Yep. And you're just afraid because, see, here's the thing. When you listen to the Holy Spirit, he may tell you something that you don't want to do. So people rather just make a decision. It also takes time. You may have to pray for months to figure out the answer. And people want to just do this thing, you know? And then one of my biggest fears is living a life that was somebody else's. Because I'm making a decision that my mom would have made, or my aunt would have made, or my cousin would have made, or my friend would have made, or what I think my husband wants to do. Or what you'll turn around and have lived a whole life for somebody else. The devil is a liar.
Baby.
That will not be happening to me. Okay, I'm so sincere. I'm like, Father, you need to lead me. And another thing about being led, guided. I love the language that you use. You know, especially in terms of your gift. It really takes humility. We can be so arrogant. And I always tell myself, your best thinking got you into some of your worst situations.
Listen.
So chill out, okay? You know, you're wise and you may have a little intellect and people think you're smart, but baby girl, okay, go sit down and pray.
Okay.
Wait for the Lord to guide you, you know? And
Yeah.
I think that guidance and leadership, it takes humility. So when you're operating in the spirit of arrogance or know-it-allism, as I call it for myself, I'd be like, I have a know-it-all spirit. I got to chill. Sometimes. I got a know-it-all spirit. It definitely, I'd be doing too much sometimes. You know, it's hard to hear from God. And it's hard to follow God because you think you know. And so I love that. I think that's really true. Let's talk a little bit about this project before we go.
Okay.
I have 2 questions and
down.
one that I normally end with. But I want you to talk through your next few singles, which are already slated. Tell the people what they're called. Tell the people, kind of what inspired the songs, and just what they can expect to hear on Heart Museum.
So the first single was A Day, my debut single, which was inspired by some Luther Vandross, some early 90s R&B. And then yesterday I released Fireflies, my second single, the second song I ever wrote.
Very pretty.
Thank you.
Very
Which was
pretty.
written actually about when a past partner and I first met. There was a moment where there were fireflies everywhere. And so I wanted to capture that love story. And then my next single, September 5th, is Lightning, which is actually a fan favorite for people who've heard the album. People love Lightning. It's very funky, very horn driven. Excited for that. Hopefully I can have a marching band music video. Working on that.
Come on
Marching
now.
bands out there. And then my last single will be Heartstrings, which will be released on the day of the album release, October 22nd.
October
I have a show
22nd.
at Vinyl at Center Stage.
Yes. Okay. So we'll make sure that this is out before then, so
Yes.
that we can make sure to promote. So Vinyl Center Stage, October 22nd.
Yes.
Tickets are on sale now, or they will be.
You can shoot me an email and we can see what we can do.
All right. We can, is it private? Is it a private
there
event?
can be some. It's not a private event, but
Okay.
who knows? No, it's not
All
a
right.
private event. It's a public event.
It's a public event. Okay, we're gonna try to
Don't
get
give
y'all
me
in there.
ideas.
We want to. Is it a free event or are we selling
It's a
tickets?
paid event.
It's a paid event, so we're
Yes.
selling tickets.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vinyl, October 22nd.
Yes, Wednesday, October
All right,
22nd.
Wednesday, October 22nd. Travis is going to be at Vinyl performing songs from the project.
Yes.
Make sure you get your tickets. Make sure that you show up. Be in the building.
Be there.
I feel like this is a historical moment. There are not a whole lot of
sweet.
artists like you. And I don't know what your marketing situation is or your management situation is. Your rollout is great. So
It's just me.
it's
So
just
thank you.
All right. So we should talk because I think that I think that you have a very unique opportunity to
Thank
shine
you.
light on a specific type of music. And that's one of the best ways to break through as an artist, is to just not, there's nothing like you. So they got to talk about you. You know what I mean? And I think that pitching yourself, I'll just tell you on camera, and this is for any other artist, the way you pitched yourself to me, you should be doing that to digital journalists. So people who write articles for Essence.com, HelloBeautiful.com, Sweet July, all these different magazines. You should be pitching yourself to them, to their music departments, so that you can have articles written about what you're doing and who you are. You should be pitching yourself to other podcasters. You should be pitching yourself on music podcasts. You should be pitching your music to daytime television. These are all places that would love to highlight, an artist who's doing something new and different. And I think that it can be really fun for you because Atlanta is a hub of all things creative. And so getting yourself into different rooms and situations is easier than probably any other city.
Well,
Because New York, I'm from New York. We have this, LA has it. but it's just hoity-toity. You know?
Really?
Oh, child.
New York?
Yes. Yes.
I feel when I think of New York, I think about down to earth.
The people are down. We are down to earth people.
She said them other people.
Yeah, we are down to earth people. And once you know a few people, like I'm blessed to know a few people in New York, so I can kind of get some things done.
Yeah.
Not everything I want to get done, but a few things done. But there was a time, honey, where I was waiting in lines and praying and hoping and wishing for, it can be a grind. So you being born and raised in Atlanta, I'm sure you have a network of people who you just know. Use them. Don't be afraid to ask for favors. Don't be afraid to ask people to put your songs in their stories and on their reels and all that stuff. All I can say is no. The same way you asked me.
Yeah.
And when people tell you no, you're just in the same position you was already in.
Yeah. She said nothing has changed.
You lose nothing. You lose nothing. You know what I mean? If anything, you gain awareness. They are now aware that you exist. And so I want to encourage you to move forward with this project with boldness, courage, know that you are one of one,
Thank you.
You have gained a fan and friend in me. So
Thank you.
I'm excited for
Likewise.
you. I'm excited for you. I ask a question to end our show here. And that question is, in the grand scheme of things, what do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be, I guess that I was brave and that I did what I was guided and what I was meant to do. And, I aim to, I want to realize all of the prayers, all of the, everything that my grandmother and my mother and my family thought of me. I want to realize the prayers that they have for my life, the success that they have for my life, because I feel like you said in your very first episode, the windows are already open spiritually. You just have to walk through it. And I really want to do the work, and I want people to see that Travis really, he did the work.
Yeah.
He did the work.
That's good. That's good. Well, you are well on your way. Is there anything you want my audience, your fans, your new fans, because I'm speaking them into existence, to know that you have coming up outside of what we already talked about? Anything?
There's a documentary in the works.
Ooh.
Documentary in the works. The album release show on October 22nd. Things. I really want to do I want to do Lish. I want to do so many things.
You sound like me. You probably give your friends and partners a headache because my husband be like, now we just started this project. I'm like, let's do
something else. Let's do something else. Let's do this. Let's do this.
I love that. Well, if there's any way that we can help and be a part of your story here, and I'll just let myself in, and my media company, Blame Media, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd be happy to be involved. Tell my people where to find you. Tell them where to follow you, all your ats and sites and YouTubes and all the stuff.
You can find me everywhere with @Travis Hall Music with a C.
Okay.
On YouTube, it's with a K.
Okay.
Because someone has that name. Get rid of it, please, so I can have complete branding with that name.
Any underscores or anything, or just straight?
Travis Hall Music.
All right, Travis Hall Music everywhere, and Travis Hall Music with a K on YouTube. Y'all run it up. Go subscribe, share his stuff, use his music in your reels.
Please.
Show the world that we have an incredible talent on our hands here in Atlanta. This has been another episode of I'll Just Let Myself In. I am so grateful. If you watched here on my YouTube, Lish Speaks, thank you so much. If you watched on Holy Culture's YouTube, thank you so much. If you listen on Holy Culture, SiriusXM channel 140, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday nights, thank you. I enjoy having you guys be a part of the community. Give us a review. Let us know how you feel about the podcast. Make sure that if any part of this podcast blessed you, share it with someone who you think it will also touch and bless. Here at I'll Just Let Myself In, y'all know how we do. We walk through our God-given doors. We don't wait for an imaginary permission slip. So this week, if there is something that has been on your heart, something that you've been guided to do as we talked about today, don't hesitate anymore. Walk through that God-given door, and I'll see you back here next time, same place. Peace.
So have a great day. Don't bring no drama.